All right, Tom. Went through the top power rankings, but there's still some news and rumors to go through as we go into week 2 of the NFL. Let's start with Aaron Rodgers. What do we know?
I'm actually kind of concerned. Now, the initial thought for me, and it's always going to be this, is, he played on Sunday night. He came back in the game. Therefore, he'll be good to play the next game. That's not always the case in the reality, though, because there's adrenaline plays a massive role there. The knee has swelled up, and he's been in pain. The week has not been easy for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers, by the way, I don't think they're going to know if he's good to go until Saturday.
Yep.
And that's concerning.
I also think one more point on that. Jeff Schwartz on Twitter, we were actually joking about this before the show, and it's actually like kind of a joke and also not, it is a joke and not a joke at the same time. That dude was hopped up on pain pills like a son of a gun. Absolutely. If you heard him talk at the post-game press conference, he didn't know what the heck was coming out of his mouth. He was slurring his words all over the place. His eyes were dilated like some dude he found on the side of the road. He did not look like he was on nothing.
He was in the zone.
He was definitely in the zone. I'm worried about consistently putting a guy like Aaron Rodgers on that many pain pills and having him play football.
I think the best way to describe this is exactly what Mike McCarthy said. This is not a layup.
No, it is not.
This is not a sure thing that Aaron Rodgers is going to be good to go in week 1. That's why this game, Packers-Vikings, is actually off the book on BetDSI. You can't bet on it because we don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers.
And also, I'm not going to say he did. I'm not a doctor. It would not surprise me at all if it comes out at the end of the season that Rodgers has like a torn MCL or a partially torn ACL or something torn, a little minor tear that we don't know about. Because, man, when that knee went down, it did not look good.
Now, I was stunned he came back in the game.
Normal knee sprains do happen, but I don't know. I'm not going anywhere near it. Let's go into Joey Bosa. He's probably going to be out the next couple weeks with that bone bruise in his foot. He did get a second opinion on it, but I thought he was fine, and then all of a sudden he's going to be out for like 5 weeks.
That's what the Chargers said. They said he's going to be fine to go week 1. Apparently he re-injured it.
How?
I'm not convinced it wasn't.
Stepped on a Lego.
I'm not convinced it wasn't misdiagnosed in the first place, but I don't know when Bosa's coming back. I would assume it'd be before week 8 because of the IR rules, but like,
so typical Chargers.
I know that the Chargers have changed their medical staff in the past, but why would anyone trust them and their injuries?
Tom, it doesn't matter.
They're always trying to understand how it happens.
Because they're cursed. They're cursed. They're a cursed franchise. Maybe. They're cursed who constantly have to deal with injuries.
This is a 10 on the panic meter, though, for LA.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolute 10.
Huge 10 on the panic meter. Let's go to the Oakland Raiders. They came to agreement on a deal with Jonathan Hankins. Probably the best defensive free agent still left on the market.
Navarro Bowman's out there. Eric Reed is out there.
I'll give you Navarro Bowman. Justin Ellis placed on IR in a corresponding move. What will Hankins bring to this defense?
Run stopping.
Okay.
He's not great against the pass, despite one good year with the Giants, but I think he's a fine fit in more of a 4-3 scheme as a one technique run clogger. It's a great signing in the end there for the Oakland Raiders. I like that move quite a bit.
I do as well. Let's jump now to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go into Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell still ain't here. Still not here. Still hasn't shown up. Still no word about when he's going to show up. It's just, it's kind of astonishing at this point. And I can already hear it now. I can already hear the Pittsburgh Steelers going on some sort of blame Bell tour when the season doesn't turn out as they hoped. Look, James Conner is expected to start again. He looked fantastic. However, I think, like you said at the end of the game, that's when Le'Veon Bell wins the Steelers football games. The end of the game where he controls the tempo with his receiving as well and some screen passes. I think they missed him against the Browns. He really is that difference maker outside of Antonio Brown.
I think that's fair. And I don't want to insult what James Conner did because James Conner was fantastic. But he's still not Lev Bell.
Yeah, he's not.
Lev Bell
is like comparing Jerome Bettis to like Willie Parker. Like Willie Parker was a nice running back for the Steelers, but he wasn't the bus. It was different.
It's an interesting.
Well, they were back to back. Willie Parker took over, and then Rashard Mendenhall came around for 3 years and decided to score 16 touchdowns or something one year, then vanish off the face of the earth.
Okay, that's
when
fair.
is Le'Veon Bell coming back?
I don't know. I know that's. I guess that's bad to say on air, but I don't know.
He's in Miami right now in a rap studio recording songs. That should tell you where his priority is.
That's not good. I hate that idea. Definitely back by week 10 because that's when he has to do in order to hit free agency. Maybe week 4. That's my current guess.
He's coming back week 10. He's going to sit out as long as he humanly can.
By
the way,
the longer he sits out, about the exact same thing.
Yep.
The longer he sits out, the more damage he does because NFL teams, the number one priority, the team.
Yep.
Guess what Le'Veon hasn't been about so far?
The team.
The team.
And so far, the top teams who are looking to sign him are like the Green Bay Packers. By the way, if you want to put down some money on who could sign Le'Veon Bell this offseason, you can use BetDSI. Head to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code LIVE120. Right now, the Packers are the second highest odds in order to sign Le'Veon Bell. They're always about team, so I don't really know about that. You can throw some money down today. You get that 120% deposit bonus. Speaking of the Green Bay Packers, NFL.com has now jumped on board with that one, saying the Packers should trade for Le'Veon Bell. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to Le'Veon Bell in the screen?
That'd be great. Salary cap ramifications and the complications of that it makes it borderline impossible.
Aww.
So, and even in the NFL.com article, they said, I'm not going to worry about the salary cap implications. I'm like, it's kind of like a big portion of it.
I'm not going to worry about the realism of what I'm about to tell you, but here's this weird article on NFL.com.
That's why you're probably not going to see a Lev Bell trade, because a handful of teams can actually afford him right now.
That's absolutely wild. Yeah. Mind you, one more thing about Le'Veon Bell. It would be so awesome to see him next to Aaron Rodgers in that backfield. And also, not to mention that running back core. Yeah, it's not great. Jamal Williams.
I like Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player.
You can have him. Let's go to our next rumor here. The Redskins don't want Dez Bryant. Let's breeze through these last couple. Not surprising. Injuries to the wide receiver, though. Brian Quick might be coming back.
He is back, actually. He has re-signed with the Redskins. Look, if I were the Redskins, I'd sign Dez Bryant because I think he's better than Josh Johnson. He can play that same role. Now, in terms of long-term, I think you would prefer Doxson because he's young and much cheaper and with you longer than just a one-year deal. But looks like Dez is going to keep waiting.
Yeah, he's going to keep waiting.
Very, very interesting to me.
Someone else who might keep waiting is Chris Baker. He met with the Lions this past week, worked out 5 players, including Baker's. He played with the Buccaneers last season.
They need more interior defensive line help. Ashawn Robinson is disappointed this year.
A lot of help everywhere.
Fair.
They need a lot of help everywhere.
Very fair.
Who else needs help is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially in that secondary. Bashaud Breeland visited the Bucs on Tuesday. They just lost Vernon Hargreaves for the season to a shoulder injury.
So he's up to at least 11 teams he has met with between the offseason and now.
How is that possible? What is no one signing him a deal?
The foot. The foot is not right.
Good on his age if we keep getting these visits, though.
The foot is not right. I think teams are bringing him in and saying, hey, how's it doing?
The foot is on fire.
That's just weird.
No, okay.
You completely ruined it. You completely ruined it. And now to those teams, Matt, you can throw in the Bucs now, too.
Let's go to our last story here because this one
was
a literal what? Mychal Kendricks visits the Seahawks. Mind you, who is currently possibly going to get sentenced to 25 years in jail for insider trading. I didn't even know this was possible. This is legal? They can legally have him visit? Is he going to jail?
Sentencing isn't until December.
Is he going to jail?
So he's out. He's a free man for now. I'm pretty sure he's going to jail because he was reckless with his insider trading.
It has to be incredible. So tell us about this insider trading that's going on.
Very, very unusual, but there you go on the Seahawks and Mychal Kendricks.
That's going to do it for us today. We'll see you guys on Sunday.